Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. I was just reading my feminist literature. I didn't even notice the camera was on. That's weird. Performative men. Everybody's talking about performative men. Maybe not everyone, but I am in this video. Now, right off the bat, you're probably thinking that it's ironic or it's hypocritical for me to be making this video because I am a performative male. I'm sort of throwing stones from a glass house here. But I would argue, if anything, that just makes me more qualified to talk about the topic. If you want to get into the minds of performative men, you need an expert. So here is my expert opinion on the performative male epidemic. So what makes a performative man? Well, that's a complicated question to answer, because there's like different genres, I would say. I suppose a good place to start would be the matcha drinking, Clairo listening man. You've probably seen this picture floating around online. This is kind of the poster boy for performative men. Yes, I am a man. Yes, I drink matcha. Yes, I listen to Clairo. We exist. Notice the very soft appearance, the fluffy hair, the sweater, the light mustache. Kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing sort of vibe. But apart from that, the biggest thing you'll notice here is what I would call the hijacking of female interests. Things like matcha and Clairo are things that are usually predominantly enjoyed by women, but the performative male will come in and proudly announce that he enjoys these things too, so as to set himself apart from all the other men. Speaking of which, I will admit, I do listen to Clairo from time to time. I'm not a huge fan, but there are a couple songs I like. I'm more of a Biba guy, to be honest. I also have never tried matcha before, but I went out and bought some for research purposes.
What's up, guys? I'm trying matcha for the first time. I've never had it before. This is just like the basic matcha, I think. I don't know. I just asked for matcha. So here goes.
Does it taste like grass?
That's the worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire life.
This is serious investigative journalism that we're doing on the Zachary Phillips channel, guys. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that specific matcha Clairo guy was satire. I've yet to find the original TikTok, but it just kind of comes across that way. But I think it blew up because it is a frighteningly realistic example of a performative male. I saw someone on Twitter call him the lowest, most disgusting form of human being, which, like, that's a little much, I think. Another example in this genre would be the dichotomy is crazy guy.
I think it's really funny that I dress like this and give off like a tough sort of thing going on. And then I cry to Phoebe Bridgers in the shower, and I listen to C Rose and Boy Genius. And the dichotomy is crazy. But I don't even listen to hardcore music that much. Look at this shirt. It's my friend's tattoo brand. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Later.
Look, I've seen this video a million times. People tore this guy to shreds. I kind of feel bad for him. But my biggest issue with that video is he looks like he would cry to Phoebe Bridgers in the shower. The dichotomy is not crazy. There's no dichotomy. Look, I'm not gonna say any guy who listens to Clairo or drinks matcha is the lowest, most disgusting form of human being. But I do think it's kind of comparable to, like, an invasive species. What you really need to look out for, though, is the self-proclaimed male feminists. I'm definitely not saying that being a man and supporting feminism is wrong, or you can't be a man and also be a feminist. I just think that a good rule of thumb is that if a man publicly announces that he's a feminist, he's probably not a feminist. Which is why if you want to be a performative male, you need feminist literature and you need to exclusively read it in public. A term I see used a lot regarding performative men is written by a woman, which I think is kind of the end goal of the performance, is you want people to perceive you as written by a woman. The perfect man that any woman would want. The best example of this that I've found is this guy on Instagram named Henry. Every video, he's in like this gigantic-ass cathedral, or whatever it is, and he's writing something, I don't know. Our souls kissed long before our lips touched. Okay, bro. My favorite video would probably have to be this one. Can we think of another way to make babies? I don't want to do that. God, he's so sweet, he's so gentle and kind. I'm getting butterflies right now. I prefer small-chested girls, because when you hug them, you are closer to their heart. Jesus Christ, dude. It's genuinely impressive. He's performative male maxing. He's the best to ever do it. I would never lay a finger on you, but in you is a different story. Wait, what happened to not wanting to do that? The performance is over, I guess. While doom scrolling on Instagram Reels, I also found what could possibly be the definitive performative male anthem.
What if it was Adam? Eve just took the fall. Adam made the apple and he blamed it all. She got all the hate, yeah, she took all his sins. What if it was Adam and Eve was innocent?
Hell yes, dude, that's fire. We will be bumping this in every bisexual coffee shop and feminist bookstore from now on. It might shock you to hear this, but it's not just men being performative. Women can do it too.
Here's a question for the men. Where in the world are all of the loyal ones at?
They're hiding in their houses because they can't find themselves a loyal woman that's worth dating.
Exactly. I've been saying this for so long. This is awesome. I feel so seen.
My husband's done this to me before, so I get it. But can we stop to appreciate how strong men are that they can even do that to begin with? Like, you're putting all your strength into it and it still won't go down.
Thank you. Then there's this one where she just defends cheating.
Why do men always cheat on you with Shrek's baby sister?
Maybe, just maybe, it's not about looks. Maybe it's because Shrek's baby sister didn't nag him, didn't weaponize affection, and didn't turn every conversation into a full-blown argument. Maybe it's because she smiled and laughed at his jokes and made him feel like a human being rather than a utility and a walking wallet.
What are we doing here? I don't know what's going on. I do want to say, though, that I definitely think an overlooked genre of performative male is the performative misogynist. Unlike the performative feminist, which is like the most common type of performative male, the performative misogynist performatively hates women. Andrew Tate is probably like the best example of this.
All cheating scenarios, 100% of the blame is always on the female. Look after yourselves. When the last time you put some makeup on? Do some burpees. You got a fucking gut. Sort yourself out so you can end that confusion bullshit. While we're on subject of cheating, if your man does cheat, the most stupid thing you can do is leave him.
Notice how he's performing for other men. He's like a 12-year-old boy's idea of masculinity. Which kind of leads me to my conclusion, which is that everyone's performative. The people in this video were definitely extreme examples, but I do think that everybody is performative to some extent. Even the people who seem especially non-performative or nonchalant are likely performatively non-performative. Even the performative male trend itself is propelled by performative men making fun of other performative men. A bunch of guys like me are making videos making fun of the performative men in order to separate ourselves from them. We're saying, hey, look at me. I'm not like those other guys who are also saying that they're not like those other guys. Even me calling myself a performative male is like performatively performative so as to appear less performative. This is getting redundant, I know. I would say to try and be less performative, but that would be performative. So just don't even think about it. Just live. If you're a man and you like Clairo, listen to Clairo. If you're a man and you like matcha, drink matcha. Who gives a shit? The first half of this video would imply that I give a shit, but don't listen to me. Who cares what I think? Basically what I'm saying is, you should be less like me and more like this guy.
I do not give a fuck about what others think of me. I am going to make it. And that's a fucking promise.
Now if you'll excuse me, I have some reading to do.